We are in a season of living life unapologetically, meaning owning our faith, owning our morals and values, and not really caring of what other people think of it, how other people feel about it. I know my whole life personally, I always felt judged for wanting to do the right thing, for wanting to live a righteous life. I always felt like it was just like not cool. And I feel like we are coming to a season, the older we are getting, we're realizing that all the things that we thought were cool that we did to fit in, or that we felt like we're missing out if we didn't do those things, that now they really don't matter, because at the end of the day, that kind of lifestyle is really empty. When I think back of myself when I was living worldly, meaning I was just indulging in like sin and drinking and just doing the most. I felt like at the time I felt like it was good, but then once the high went down, I felt so depressed. I felt so empty on the inside. I felt like there was no point really, there was nothing exciting about life besides doing those things in order for me to feel excited and to feel energized. And when I look back now that I don't really indulge in that way of living anymore, I find myself having so much more peace and so much more creativity and so much more clarity in my life. And when I come around certain people, I feel as though that I have to tone myself down. I have to be part of the worldly ways, or maybe I'm judging myself. But what's been coming up for me is that it's time to just be unapologetically ourselves. It doesn't matter what your morals and standards are, if it may be high to some people, but as long at the end of the day, as long as you're pleasing God, like if you're pleasing God, that's all that matter. You have to show up for who you are, because if you want to attract people with like-minded, with aligned morals and values, you have to own your morals and values so you can recognize that in other people. And even if you meet other people or you're around other people that don't necessarily have the same morals and values, you're not gonna, when you're grounded in who you are and your morals and values, then it doesn't matter who you're around, because it doesn't matter what they're doing. First of all, you will most likely not hang out with them in those areas. It could be drinking, it could be smoking, it could be whatever it might be. You will probably not want to be around that kind of environment. And so that will already give you strength to stand your ground and hang out with people that are not doing those things, or comfortable not doing those things around you, so that way you can continue to live a life of righteousness, a life that you desire, a life that's a reflection of your personal morals and values. Because when you conform to society's way of living, or just worldly ways that you don't feel that's right to your heart, that goes against your morals and values, then you're losing yourself. And at the end of the day, you have to make a choice. Do you want to please people, the world, or do you want to please God? You have to know your creator, and you have to know your why for everything that you do in life. And if your why is bigger than being liked, then you have to stand your ground. If your why is that you have to be liked by other people, then own that too and live life that way. But it's just season of just being true to ourselves, to live a life that God has designed for us to live out our assignments, to live out our purpose, whatever that might be. And it's different for each of us. And so it's just important to be grounded in that and own it, and just keep moving forward without the noise around you. And just, you'll eventually meet those people that are in the same alignment and on the same path as you.